You're walking through an airport terminal. You hear the announcements. You see families, business travelers, and tourists heading to their gates. Everything feels normal. Then you look at the screen. Your flight number appears, and next to it, the aircraft type. Boeing 737 MAX. Some passengers freeze. Others quietly step back. A few pull out their phones and start searching. Is this plane safe? Should I change my flight? Why do people fear this aircraft? So today, we're answering one question. Why does this plane terrify everyone? This is not a horror movie. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is a real story from modern aviation. The Boeing 737 MAX was designed to be one of the most advanced and fuel-efficient airplanes ever built. It was supposed to save airlines billions of dollars. It was supposed to be the future. Instead, it became a symbol of fear. At first glance, the Boeing 737 MAX looks ordinary. It's sleek, it's modern, it looks almost identical to older Boeing 737 models. And that's where the problem begins. To compete with Airbus, Boeing installed larger and more powerful engines on the 737 MAX, but those engines changed the aircraft's aerodynamics. The plane had a tendency to pitch its nose upward under certain conditions. And Boeing had a choice: redesign the aircraft completely or fix the problem with software. They chose software. That software was called MCAS, Maneuvering Characteristics Augmentation System. MCAS was designed to automatically push the nose of the plane down if it sensed a dangerous angle. Its goal was simple: prevent a stall. On paper, MCAS sounded like a smart safety feature. But here's where fear enters the story. MCAS relied heavily on a single sensor. If that sensor gave incorrect data, MCAS believed the plane was in danger, even when it wasn't. And when MCAS activated, it could repeatedly push the nose down, sometimes without clear warning, sometimes faster than pilots could react. Imagine being a pilot. You're trained, you're experienced, you're calm under pressure, and suddenly your aircraft starts pushing itself toward the ground. You pull back, the plane pushes down again. You fight the controls, and the system doesn't stop. That idea alone is terrifying, a plane that doesn't fully obey human control. After 2 tragic accidents, the world changed. News headlines exploded. Aviation authorities reacted. Fear spread faster than facts. Countries around the world grounded the Boeing 737 MAX. Airlines canceled flights overnight. Passengers refused to board. For the first time in years, people began asking a dangerous question. Has technology gone too far? Boeing faced massive consequences. Billions of dollars lost, lawsuits, public outrage, a reputation damaged on a global scale. The 737 MAX became more than a plane. It became a warning. But aviation doesn't stop. Engineers studied the failures. Investigators analyzed every line of code. Regulators demanded answers, and changes were made. MCAS was redesigned. It now uses data from multiple sensors. Pilots were given detailed training. New safety procedures were introduced. Years passed. Slowly, the Boeing 737 MAX returned to the skies. So here's the twist. Today, statistically, the Boeing 737 MAX is one of the most heavily tested aircraft in history. It flies thousands of times every day. Most passengers never notice. And yet, fear remains. Because fear is not always logical. Fear remembers headlines, not updates. Fear remembers tragedy, not statistics. For many people, stepping onto a Boeing 737 MAX is not just boarding a plane. It's stepping into a story of trust, a story of failure, a story of lessons learned the hard way. So let me ask you, is this plane truly terrifying, or does it simply remind us that even the most advanced machines are still created by humans?